All right, here it is, back on the 356. I know you guys have been wanting to see us work on Teresa's Speedster. As you know, our life is super hectic if you've been following along. We love this project as much as you do, just so you know. It is just a lot to do, trying to build the giveaway car, all the traveling we have to do, show car season's coming, so we'll be doing lots of maintenance. In the middle of that, I am trying to find a couple days to move forward with this. You'll notice the other side, I've kind of made up the insert panel, the conversion panel from the Cabriolet to the Speedster. We'll go around there and have a look at how well it fits, and that is why we're about to have this conversation. So, I'm going to close that door and you guys are going to see why I lost a little bit of inspiration and had to do lots of thinking. That's what I'm up against. I hope it looks obvious in the camera. It's out by, well, almost an inch. So, I put the door in place. We had already kind of fitted the car to the original doors, thinking that original doors should be the right shape, so that would get us a little ways into it, and it helped me build this panel. Then we looked at the original doors and realized that we didn't want the roll-up windows like a Cabriolet has. We'd rather have it really look like a Speedster, so we ordered Speedster doors. These doors are absolutely beautiful. No fault of anybody or anything, but here's what I'm up against. When I measure across the car like this, and I've used 3 or 4 different points, I'm going to use this one for example. I am at 51 3/4. If I go to the other side, measure in the same way, because cross measuring is usually pretty good for good. I am at 50 1/2, 50 3/4. So I am basically an inch out at the top of the door. The door is proper on the rocker, and when you eyeball from the back of the car, which you guys won't be able to do, this door is straight and it makes a very bathtub look. This door is pointing out towards the outside of the car. Now you're gonna say, why don't I just shut the door or whatever? Well, the door at this point follows the rocker at the bottom. The corner is very close. I'm gonna have a little bit loose here, so I'm gonna fool with it and show you this. But with it very close to being its spot here, and very close up here, it's out by 3/4 of an inch. Now, if this was like a, I don't know, North American muscle car, we would try to twist the door. This door is built so well, it has no flexibility. So unfortunately, after sleeping on it for a bunch of nights and coming here and measuring again today, I believe that I'm gonna have to peel the door skin off of the car, only at the back, maybe even cut the top of the door off, maybe halfway up, and physically twist the door until it takes the same shape as the car. That's my work tomorrow. Okay, so first thing I got to do is get this door off. So just to reiterate, here's a brand new beautiful door. And what I have to do is basically take it and put a twist in it this way, or maybe untwist it, who knows. Problem is it's all finished up, right? So for me to separate the skin, outside skin here, to the actual structure, I'm gonna have to, I think, cut it apart here, and then all the way along the bottom, I'll have to peel this up and peel this up. That's as best as I can figure at this point. Not super excited about doing it because it's no real promises here, but I basically have to take and do this with it. I don't think I can get away with just undoing the skin here at the bottom and then twisting it. I don't think I can. I'm probably going to start by doing that, just loosening it off. Once it's loose, try it without doing a whole bunch of cutting up here. The front's definitely going to stay the way it is because that's the strength and that needs to stay anyways. And then we'll do this with it. Did I mention I'm not super excited about doing this? Okay, well, I'll get you guys to follow along anyways. So I got an assortment of tools here. I'm just going to pick away at it a little bit. See what works, see what doesn't. Nice thing about working with metal is most of the time you can add, subtract, and undo your mistakes. So if I make a horrendous mistake here, we should be able to fix it. I'll try it with just a screwdriver here and try to get under the skin. Maybe move you guys over so you can see that just a little bit better. So typically, this is very normal for doors. You take the skin and then fold it back over the actual structure. So right now what I'm trying to do is undo that process. It doesn't take much. So if you look here, I don't have to completely flip it back to 90. As long as I've got it off and I got a little space there, that should separate the two surfaces. It's definitely going to get worse before it gets better. Okay, I can see that I'm moving this quite a bit, so I think I'm loose, hoping I'm loose enough. Now, we'll go along the bottom and do the exact same thing. And after that, I think my thought is to put it back on, because we don't want to overdo any of this, so it might be worth my while. I should make an odd tool just to do this job. I need kind of a hook like that. It's actually working pretty good. I figure, yeah, about 2/3 of the way up the door. I don't know if I've created enough flex in this thing. to be able to change its structure. That guy looks pretty well built. It's definitely just a quick adjustment on the hinges there before I put the door on. I did put, notice that I put a black line here. That's going to be my reference. I'll be able to figure out when I twist it if it's actually come up on the door at all. So now for a door reinstall. Teddy, you got a minute to give me a hand here? Teddy bear, you got a minute to give me a hand here? Crazy how it's just little. Oops, daisy. If you can hold the door up, I'll get the nuts and bolts in place. Weighs nothing, hey? Yeah. All right. So here's what we're up against here. Look at how much it sticks out here. That much. It's a lot. Yeah. So I'm hoping to twist it. So two guys. Oh, it doesn't seem like it's going to go. This is the technique, by the way. Let's try it. See if we can get anything out of it.
I don't know. You're gonna...
Yep, you go ahead. Oh! Did we gain anything? Not a fucking... It's tough to tell because they welded a lot of this up, right?
Yeah. And this is all...
Or do I cut it right vertical right here, and then we twist the two? Because that's a nice easy spot to re-weld.
Well, that would give you a hell of a lot more advantage.
Okay.
But,
we'll just walk you guys through it. So we feel that maybe if we just cut right down this seam here, we're trying to figure out how to do it and still have a nice workable weld back together so that it's not super challenging. So if we were to cut this, then we've separated this as a corner and all that strength, and we would hope to rotate all of this. I think that's the best one, isn't it, Ted?
you want to try pulling on that first?
But what do we pull from? We don't have anything strong enough here to pull from.
Right here?
See, Teddy just wants to pull on it and twist things up, which is probably pretty good, because then we don't have to re-weld.
Well, we can go to the floorboard there.
Yeah, we could even just go to the other rocker panel.
Yeah. There's a...
Okay, well, we're going to get set up to pull. I'm going to try that first. We'll try Teddy's way. Okay, go get the equipment, Ted. Let's try it. Here's the setup to come up with just to do a test here. Got a big ratchet there, a couple hooks. Just going to see. Our test here is only to find out how much effort has to go in. Okay, so watch this. There, we're going to go get an eyeball. Don't pull too hard to put holes in anything, Ted, but you guys see how quickly that's changing? Oh no, we're just bending the bottom. Release. So here's what we're doing. Putting a big bend in that guy. So we haven't started twisting the door. Looked good for a second, but no dice.
Like I say, you're going to have to put something on the bottom.
keep going. I'm gonna need more than that if I put a 2x4 down there. So, I'll do it like this. Yep. Okay. So, I'm gonna grab a tape measure, Ted, just so I can measure it. Ah, yes. Yep. Okay, go ahead. Let's see what it does. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's a 1/2 inch already. That's a full inch. I like the noises. Go ahead. Okay, that's 1.25 inches. We were looking for 1 inch. So let's release that and see where it comes back to. I'll show you guys here. You think we just stretched the piss out of it already. So there you go, guys. The front's getting better too. This might have been the better solution. A bunch of welding. So go ahead, release. So it started at 2 inches, guys. We'll see how much we've changed the shape of the door. Okay, so we changed it by 1/2 inch there. So I vote we do another one until we get 3/4 inch. Okay, and we're listening here just to see some noises, and it's going to creak on us. Okay, another 1/4 inch. Oh, wow. Okay. It's really lining up even better up here too. Okay. I'm excited about this, Ted. This is smart. Okay, release.
And you know what we should put up over here?
What's that?
Absolutely nothing. Over that.
Okay, let's release it and see how it fits the car. Awesome. So that's 3/4 inch. This up. Holy. That's really good. And it did change the top too. Wow.
Ooh, that's a lot better, eh?
Okay, we'll show you guys here. See how much better that is looking along the side? We are now down to, yes, if I was to close the door, we're basically there, but then this is in too far. So we're not quite there, but we're close. So I'm gonna just clean up the bottom corner here for a sec. And then Ted and I are gonna cross measure these doors with the body. Okay, so I'm gonna have to drop that just a little bit.
Because,
You can control it so well.
well, yeah, you can let it go, straighten it.
Yeah.
Looks like.
Okay, I
Seems
think
like to me like this is flat here. Eh?
that's why I kind of want to cross measure this part. Let's do that. So Ted and I are going to cross measure from this point to the floor and then back with the other door. So if you want to go do that, Ted, we'll try to figure out. I'll get these guys up here so they can see what we're doing. Now this is a pretty rudimentary measurement, but let's go for right there. And that'll be 55.5 inches. There you go, Ted. 55 and
55 and an 1/8.
So we're still out 3/8 of an inch. So my vote is we get it closer, and that'll help fit this a little bit better.
Yeah.
And then we know that it's somewhat square. And I mean, that's just another little click, click on that thing, right?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Nope. Shit. Hang on 1 sec, I gotta grab a tape measure. There we go. So this will just be a minor creak then. Give her. I am at 1 5/8 to start. One inch. There's 3/4. Yeah. One more. Oh yes, okay, good, good. I could feel this structure change shape.
Yeah.
It's actually this guy that's doing all the work, believe it or not.
I can see it.
It's like this now. Okay, so you're relaxed. I think we should be able to do it off the measurement here. 55 1/4, and yours is 50. Oh. Yeah, yours is 55 1/8, and this is 55 1/8. So we're there. Doesn't seem to fit the shape of the car anymore, though. I think we went too far. There. Perfect. Okay, there it is, guys. If you look down here, there it is. You can see it's a little proud here and a little proud at the bottom when I hold it in place. That is metalwork and bodywork fixable. I don't think we fixed that in this sort of door stretching. So what did happen though, see this panel here? It looks like it took most of the abuse. It's actually now bowed. See how it's bowed there? It's not straight anymore. Oh, and this, that took some of the abuse. Holy cow, we've warped that. So what I'll do is I'll cut this apart, get it all back together, put this together, and then pinch weld that and do a final fitment. So I'm gonna rip the door off real quick, get back to that. All right, let's have a little look at the damage. Collateral damage here. So here it is. Where we were thinking we were going to have some problems, we definitely had some problems. Remember I said I was going to cut here or here. Well, now we've left the whole outside really nice. We're only going to have to fix the inside. So my thought is I'm going to drill out these spot welds and likely these. Relax this piece and let it come up. And then after these spot welds are removed, I'm going to make a cut this way, maybe this way, and maybe this way, and allow everything to just come back in and relax. Before that, I'm going to hammer and dolly this shut so that it's got its shape and its proper shape there. Don't forget to comment if this is the kind of stuff you want to see. I'm going to drill first because I don't want to affect this really nice circle. So I'm going to get that out of the way first. It's too pretty to mess it up. All right, the way I'm going to do this is I'm just going to start with drilling a bit of a pilot hole on every one of these butt welds. That actually worked out really well. I haven't got a very big hole drilled here, more like an 1/8 inch hole. It was enough to separate this spot weld. So now I'm going to cut these off. This probably adds a lot of rigidity to the corner. Put it back in, but for now, this will allow me to open this up, fix the mess we made. Now what I'm thinking is just see this big buckle? I'm going to put a cut across that and then hammer and dolly it flat. And then I feel as though this has been tipped in. So remember when I was saying I should cut across this? I may still have to do that right now. Okay, that's separated. My feeling is that if I cut this apart, I'm going to be able to relax this panel quite a bit. I could tell there's tension there still because the blade gets hung up. Okay, you see how we're getting that back into shape. I feel like I want to pull this panel out this way just a bit. So I'm just pushing up on that dolly. I'll straighten out that little line there. All right, I'm just going to get this straightened out. Now, the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to put the door back on the car. And the reason I'm going to do that is because this is easy enough to weld on the car. Same thing with this. I don't need much of a table for that. Put that all back together, right? But instead of having to wonder if we got it right, if I do it on the car, I'll know that the shape is right before I go ahead and do the final weld. The reason I'm doing that is just to take any sort of tension out of this door. Oh yeah, anything like 78. Alright, that's relaxed now. That's alright. Crap. See if I can do this without Teddy. Elaine, you want to come hold this for me, please? Yeah. Great. Just right there. Just building a fun episode here. This door was way out to lunch. That's good. That's really good. Still got the shape. It's decent up here. All right, there's our lesson for the day. Teddy and I got this thing fixed kind of the old school way, which I really like. There's the door welded back together. Everything's looking super good. And here it is. Got a pretty nice fit. Got a good profile on the car. Fits the way we want it to, even up here. And I gotta say, I'm way happier about that. This had me up at night. I just didn't know how I was gonna fix it. And I think we found a great solution. So there you go. Don't be afraid of moving some metal and trying stuff. I think you probably do that yourself. And the old wood trick and bending the door tends to work lots on especially muscle cars. So if you like this kind of content, please comment. We're excited to get back on the little Speedster.